Hey guys, welcome to a brand new video today. Risered here. Today guys, we're going to be playing Devas of Creation. This is a new Roblox game and it's a ton of fun right now. You guys should totally check it out. I'll put the link down in the description below, but this game has just released and it has reached, I think, around 70,000 concurrent players from what I saw earlier. But yeah, today guys, in this video, I'm going to be showing you the best things to do and just a basic simple guide for beginners. So I hope you guys enjoy the video today and let's get right into it. Alright guys, when you first log into the game, you'll be given the opportunity to customize your character with 4 different races. So I'm going to be talking about each different race and the benefits and disadvantages of each. So the first race is the Veritas, which is a neutral race. There are no clear advantages or disadvantages when you choose this race. It's essentially a humanoid race, and you don't get any benefits, but you also don't get any disadvantages like the other races that I'm going to be talking about. So the next race is the Umbralith, which is the race that I chose. And this race is high in dexterity, which means that I have more crit chance and more crit damage. And I also have more movement speed. And this allows my character to basically be kind of a glass cannon. I also have lower HP and lower magic resistance. So I'm basically putting everything into damage and just dodging any attacks thrown at me. This class is really good if you want to be quick and agile and using weapons like the dagger, which allows you to hit faster and basically M1 faster in general. So the next race is the Ethereal, and this race is a blue kind of ice race, and they have high magic power and high magic resistance. So the this race mainly is for mages. So if you want to go a mage, you should totally go this race. However, you'll probably have lower physical power and limited HP, so any fights close combat will be at a disadvantage for you. The next race is going to be the Ceruleus, which is the fire/magma race, and these guys have high physical power and high HP, but they have low speed, low magic power, and low magic resistance. So the main role that this race will be good at is probably a tank or a melee DPS. So yeah, they're pretty good in that aspect. So the next tip and trick that I'm going to be showing you guys is how to parry. So when you first log into the game, you'll be presented with these mobs surrounding this camp, and parrying is one of the most basic combat tricks. So as you guys can see, this wolf is just attacking me, but you can kind of see when he's going to attack. So right before they're going to attack, you want to press F. If you hold F, it just does a basic block, but if you time the block, it actually parries. So let me see if I can get it. No. Right there. And with that parry, it staggers them a bit, and then you can throw in some M1s uninterrupted, and it'll do a lot of damage. This basic principle goes for every mob that you encounter in the game, and it's very, very efficient, but you just have to time it right. The next tip that I'm going to be talking about is ranged weapons. So in this game, you actually can equip 2 weapons at a time. So as you guys can see, I have a greatsword as well as a bow. And there are other ranged weapons in this game as well, like the ice staff, the fire staff, the bow, and a celestial staff. So I'm going to be talking about each of them. So as you guys can see, the bow is it's basically a DPS ranged weapon. It's best for high strength and high dexterity users, such as myself. I have high dex, and high strength, which means I'll be doing more damage with strength stats and more crit chance and crit damage with dexterity stats. if you're going to be using the ice staff and the fire staff, you'll want high intelligence, because I'm pretty sure they scale off of intelligence, and most mages want higher intelligence for more damage with magic. So you'll also want more intelligence when you're using the celestial staff, and the celestial staff allows you to heal other players or yourself, and it's very, very useful. And in this game, obviously you can have two weapons, so having a ranged weapon alongside a melee weapon is very, very useful for not just yourself, but for your teammates. Alright guys, the next tip I'm going to be talking about is the blue essence crystals that you get from defeating mobs. So you want to be farming these things up constantly. Never miss out on the opportunity to get these when you defeat drops or mobs. So basically these blue essence crystals allows you to unlock slots in your inventory, and you want to unlock as many of these as you can, because obviously it gives you more inventory space, and you have a max of all the way down here, and you can keep buying these slots with your essence crystals, and they get more and more expensive as you buy slots. So this one right here is 7,500, and the next one is 9,000, so I'm gonna have to be saving these constantly. But the good thing is, when you defeat mobs at a higher level, they drop more and more essence. So let me show you guys right here. As you guys can see, I just defeated the female grizzly bear, and she drops 247 essence tokens. And you might as well just collect everything that they drop as well. So yeah, the stronger the mob, the more essence they drop. And make sure you guys just farm mobs, even if they're low level. If they're too low level, you actually don't get any drops from them. So pretty much you just want to defeat the higher level mobs that you can defeat. Alright guys, next I'm going to be talking about stats. So in this game, the main stats that affect damage are strength and intelligence. Dexterity is also, it also affects the damage output because it increases your crit chance, and it also increases your crit power. And what critical is it basically doubles the amount of damage you do. Normal damage markers are white, and crit damage markers are orange, I believe. I can show you guys right now. But essentially, what you guys want to prioritize early is, if you want to do damage, as you guys can see, the orange ones are crit. And the white ones are normal. If you want to deal a lot of damage, you want to put your stats into intelligence and strength at an early level. This basically allows you to defeat mobs super easily, especially if you have a ranged weapon. And up until level 15, you can actually keep resetting your stats, and so you can just keep placing stats like into, if you want to do like just full out damage, everything into strength. And once you hit like a level 14 or 15, you could just reset your points and put them out how you would like. Alright guys, the next tip is actually, you actually have to buy it with Robux, but it's the horse mount, and this horse mount is actually so useful. I believe it's in the shop for 349 Robux, but as you guys can see, you move a lot faster with this mount than if you were just running. And so what this game pass does different than if you get a mount regularly is that it's already leveled up to level 10. What this means is that when you're leveling up, none of the XP goes to your mount, and it just goes to your character, which allows you to level up faster. If you buy this game pass, it's pre-leveled, so all the XP just goes to your character, which allows you to not only move faster, travel faster, but it also allows you to go to every quest, complete every quest, kill every mob, and get the full amount of XP to your character so that you level up faster. Alright guys, last but not least, this final tip is about parties. So in this game, parties are actually so incredibly useful. I can't stress it enough. In the later, like once you're level like 15 or around 15, the quests start getting a lot longer, and you'll have to defeat mobs like 20 mobs at a time, 40 mobs at a time. And if you're in a party, you can actually, obviously, you'll have someone else helping you defeat these mobs, but also drops work kind of differently in this game. So when you kill a mob and they drop loot, your teammate can actually pick up the loot and it's shared with you. So it's ideal to work in a party so that you guys both get loot and share the loot depending on the class that you choose. So say that you're playing DPS and your friend is playing healer or mage, you guys can like sort out the loot amongst yourself. If you pick up the loot from a mob, it could give you the loot instead, even if they picked it up. So yeah, and also if you are doing a quest and you're killing a mob, and if you kill it in another area separate from your teammate who has the same quest, it actually adds on to that final quest objective. So you guys can basically be fighting 2 mobs at a time and finishing the quest 2 times as fast, or like 5 times as fast, depending on how many party members you have. And that's basically it for this guide, guys. I hope you found it useful. Please drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know down in the comments below what kind of videos that you guys want to see.